guess what I just wanted to talk about is I don't really know why I'm so scared, but I'm terrified. Gaining weight scares the absolute crap out of me, and I think it's because at the time in my life when I was overweight and it wasn't healthy for me to be overweight, everyone was so negative around me. Whether it was my dad and his constant trying to make me lose weight, and he wasn't trying to do it in a harmful way. He wasn't trying to make me hate myself. He was doing it because he really did love me, and he wanted me to be healthy. Because when I first saw a nutritionist, when I went to the doctor every month for my checkup, I just would continuously gain weight out of nowhere, and the doctor was getting really worried that I was going to gain diabetes and develop diabetes, and just I wasn't going to have a healthy or a happy life. Being 8 years old with already developing diabetes. So my dad was doing everything that he could, because he was a little bit overweight in 2nd grade. And he was made fun of for it, and he didn't like the way that he looked, so he wanted to help me so that way I would be okay. So we started going to this place called MyFitFoods, and it gives you meal plans. It plans out your meals for you, gives you food, and you can pick out the food that you're going to eat and stuff, but it is portion food and it's small meals. And I would eat the food, and because I was so used to just stuffing my face and eating as much as I wanted to and going back for seconds and then thirds and then fourths, and then I was switching my diet to this new diet. I was starving. I was completely hungry all the time because my stomach was going from being, this big to this big to this big to this big, and it was getting smaller, and so I was really hungry all the time. And I was eating these healthy foods and things like that, and I just remember feeling very angry and very mad at my dad all the time, because right once I remember I would dread coming home from school because I had PE, and so I would say, oh well, I had PE today, I don't need to work out. And even though in PE we didn't do much, and I would always say that I wasn't feeling good so I could get out of it, he would say, no, we're doing it, and I would have to do 30 minutes on the treadmill, and then 15 minutes on the elliptical, and then this, that, and the next thing, and then going on runs after meals, and my dad telling me, come on, I know you can do it, stop, you don't want to look like this, you don't want to feel like this, sprint from the end of the driveway to back, and from the end of the street from the end of the street back to the beginning of the street. He would make me sprint, and I would do that every day until I finally refused. In 5th grade, it was 2 years of doing that, and I wasn't getting any smaller. I just continued to get bigger because he would leave while I would go work. Well, he would set up the workout for me, start the elliptical, and then he would leave, and I would just sit and listen to music. I wasn't actually doing the workouts. And then as I kept gaining weight, I kept getting bigger and bigger, and then I started dance in 6th grade, and we would have to do weekly weigh-ins, and seeing the weight go up and up and up, and then getting made fun of when I told in 7th grade when I told a boy that I liked him. Foolish me. He told me, you have a pretty face, but I don't like fat girls. I don't date fat girls. I didn't take it too hard then. What really hit me is when he had his best friend come up to me in line while we were in line waiting for food, the food line. And I was getting my food, and I had my food, and he said, "Are you gonna eat all that?" And I looked up at him and I just said, "Huh?" And he said, "'Cause Hayden doesn't like fat girls. But that doesn't really matter, 'cause he doesn't like you at all anyway." And as I was trying to type in my number, 2046114, our student ID number, my hands were shaking and I couldn't do it. And he said, his name was Kyle Flair, the one and only. We used to be friends too in 7th grade in our English class. He said to me, "Aren't you gonna get a brownie and a cookie?" And I just left my tray there and I walked away. And then I remember Cade Rogers as I was walking up the stairs in 8th grade, and he said to his friends behind him, to Ashton, "Be careful, because she's gonna break those cement stairs." And I remember I was sitting with a group of my friends, and this girl named Natalie Schuler, she was texting some guy. She starts laughing her ass off. I said, "What?" She said, "Oh, he just said something about you." I said, What did he say?" And she said, "It's nothing, I shouldn't tell you." And I said, No, tell me, I can handle it." And she said it was something really rude, and I said, What is it?" She said, "You said that you're a fat fuck." And then there was this guy named Hal, who was also big, like me, and he told me, "You know, if you lost some weight, you might actually be pretty. People might actually date you." And then, voila, I started losing weight. I learned the tricks and the trade of how to do it. And if you remember how I said the negativity that surrounded me when I was big, well, the positivity that surrounded me when I lost the weight was 10 times bigger than any of the negativity. "You're so pretty now. Oh, you look so good. You're so healthy. How'd you do it? You're glowing." "Hey girl, what's your number?" Actually, I had guys and girls looking at me now. But the truth was, I wasn't happy. Wasn't any happier.